Hey friends, welcome to Making Meals with Molly. So this morning I'm going to show you how to make a super easy, super quick, and nutrient-dense breakfast. It's going to be well-rounded, full of healthy fats, fibers, omega-3s, and protein and antioxidants. A couple things I've got going on here. We're going to make some scrambled eggs. These are pasture-raised, which is the best kind of egg that you can get. I like to cook my scrambled eggs with a little bit of olive oil in the pan, a tablespoon of butter, and I cook in a stainless steel pan because I don't like the nonstick ones. That Teflon just feels really suspicious to me, and I like to use as little chemicals and additives as possible in my meals and in my whole entire life in my home. So I make 3 scrambled eggs in the morning. This is so easy and takes so little time. There's literally no excuse for saying that you don't have time for a healthy breakfast because it takes me, like, you'll see, maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes to cook these eggs. I like to whip them in the bowl ahead of time so that they're nice and fluffy when they go in the pan. So I'll just put this off to the side while the butter is melting here. And then, so for my second part of the breakfast, I love to make a nutrient-dense smoothie. So I put organic bananas, and you don't have to always buy all organic produce, but you can look at what the Clean 15 is and the Dirty Dozen. And the Dirty Dozen is the produce that has the most pesticides and chemicals in conventionally grown produce, so not organic. And then the Clean 15 is the lowest amount of pesticides and contaminants in it. So if you want to buy conventionally grown produce, then just look at the Clean 15 list and you'll find ones that are the least contaminated. Okay, so the butter is done melting in this pan, so I'm going to put the eggs in now. And for my friends who are curious about stainless steel but a little bit hesitant about it, you always want to put olive oil and butter in to create a nice layer for the pan so nothing sticks. And then you put on high heat for eggs. So high heat cooks them really, really fast. And I put some Celtic salt and fresh pepper. I love pepper. It's one of my favorite places. And then you'll see when you cook it with the high heat that it starts to create this little ring around the edge. And when it does that, you'll know that it's ready to start stirring. So once it has that little ring, give it a little swirl. While that's going, I'm still working on the smoothie. So I've got my banana, cranberries, very high in antioxidants and delicious. These are locally grown from Cape Cod. I like frozen because it's really hard to get fresh cranberries year round. But also, when they're flash frozen, right after they're picked, they actually have the highest nutrient quality. So I think I did a little stir, a little shake here. Those are pretty much done. So while I'm prepping the smoothie, I'm going to take that out, put them on a plate. So they don't overcook, because if I leave them in the pan, then they tend to overcook a little bit, and I don't like really dry eggs. Okay, so cranberries, banana, and the smoothie. Let me turn you so you can see better. Organic wild blueberries, these are way better than general blueberries, but the wild ones are so small and sweet. Also, get them frozen because highest nutrient density, and you can't get wild blueberries year round. Here I've got a super seed trio. So it says chia, flaxseed, and hemp seeds in it. This is high in omega-3s. This is going to boost our fiber first thing in the morning, which helps us to keep full longer. I put about a heaping teaspoon in here. And then for a little bit of texture adding, I have Coco June's yogurt. I'm obsessed with this. It is a vegan coconut probiotic yogurt. So I do maybe like 2 scoops, maybe like 2 or 3 tablespoons, I might say, right in there. And then just to liquefy it, I put a little bit of reverse osmosis water in there just to give it some, so it's not so thick, you know. Now, I sometimes have collagen peptide powder that I use, and I put it in my smoothie all the time. I'm actually out today, so I'm not putting it in there. But it is Momentous 100% bovine sourced collagen peptide. So I'll put that in the show notes, but I'm absolutely obsessed with this. It's the cleanest product for supplements, and you get a discount if you subscribe and save. It's pretty flavor neutral, so it doesn't like overpower the smoothie, and it blends really well in there. Another thing I like to put in, depending on my diet that I'm having, is the Momentous protein powder. So this is 100% plant protein, and it is really tasty. But this one has a bit of a flavor, so I don't like to put it in the smoothie unless I'm like going for a more desserty breakfast. All right, so we're gonna turn this on. Hit puree. I have a smart one, so it just goes automatically. Okay, so now it is done. Forgot to mention that for the fruit, I normally put about 1/3 of a cup in of fruit. So that is, I do like a handful of blueberries and cranberries, but I'm generally aiming for 1/3 of a half cup of fruit. All right, so now we've got our smoothie going here. Absolutely perfect consistency. And then to top it off, sometimes I'll have a little clementine just to get some vitamin C in the winter. And there you have it. It took, let's see, 6 minutes to make breakfast. And now I'm going to be powered for my whole day. All right, I'll see you next time.